Welcome back to the Horrible Book Club, where usually we feature books that make us cringe. Today, however, we're going to do things a little differently. Since this is kind of a 90s, early 2000s throwback episode, I want us to take a look back at one of the most beloved children's horror series of the 90s. That's right, I'm talking about Goosebumps by R.L. Stine. Now, before you start flooding the comments telling us we're idiots, we know, despite the name of the segment, Goosebumps is not horrible. Many of the books were quite good, but there were 62 books in the series, and not all of them were, well, masterpieces. We'll get into that a little bit later. Goosebumps.
Yes.
We all know about it. We love it. We hate it.
Bumps of geese.
Really?
I don't know.
Bumps of geese? Well, we all remember Goosebumps. You had Goosebumps in your generation. You had Goosebumps in our generation. Mm-hmm. You don't like scary movies.
Well, yeah, no. And that was also true when I was a kid. I never really liked scary books either. But
did you read?
No.
There's not a single Goosebumps.
Not a single one.
That you were like...
I remembered the ventriloquist dummy. It was extremely visceral. I remember it being at the book fair when I was in elementary school. And maybe I wanted to read it. For some reason that really stuck in my head. But fucking never read it.
That's not okay.
No.
Megan, what is your recollection of Goosebumps as a 2000s kid?
I read Fear Street.
What stood out to you? The R.L. Stine thing?
R.L. Stine, Fear Street was College Weekend, which was probably my first encounter with the sociopath. But that was the story about like some girl who went to go visit her boyfriend who was in college and she was like in high school. And she met his roommate who was very charismatic. But she couldn't find her boyfriend like the whole weekend. And it turned out that his roommate killed him and was trying to be with her. And it was like... I'm like a 10-year-old reading this book being like, what the fuck?
That's a little messed up.
Yeah.
And you did watch the R.L. Stine Goosebumps TV show.
Yes, I remember vividly the
episode.
The girl who cried monster.
Right, which was
Whereas
the book.
She thinks a librarian's this monster this whole time and she's trying to prove that he's a monster. And then at the end, the parents like invite the librarian to dinner and they eat him. And it turns out that the whole family is a monster.
Fun fact about the Goosebumps TV show.
Boy.
You ready for this?
Uh-huh.
You know who Ryan Gosling is?
Yes, he's that one guy.
That was one of his first acting gigs. Was in
the Notebook?
Goosebumps.
Oh, Goosebumps.
Yeah, he was in it.
On the show?
Yeah, the show.
Wow.
The episode "Say Cheese and Die."
Okay.
Is that the one with pictures?
Yeah, where like the camera and shit. We're gonna get into the Goosebumps series now.
Okay. That's the Cuckoo Clock of Doom.
Yes, which is one of my favorites. I read this a lot growing up, so I know the plot. It's a time-traveling clock.
Okay.
So this kid has a terrible day. His sister ruins his birthday.
Oh, no.
And he realizes that when he turns the clock back, it'll go back to the day previous. Mm-hmm. It keeps going back more on its own, go back further and further and further. So he's a toddler at this point, and they go to a thrift store where his mom buys the clock for the first time, and he's able to set it back at the right time. But it skips, whatever, I guess there's an hour that's been scratched out on the cuckoo clock, so it skips past the time that his sister was born.
So his sister's never born?
Never born, and he never has a shitty day, and the whole story just he's
That's
like,
how it ends?
That's how it ends? Yeah. He undoes his sister?
That's terrible!
Right, that's what I'm saying. He undoes his sister.
That's fucked up.
That's a terrible story. I like mine better.
The Cuckoo Clock of Doom. All right, hit me with book 2, Ryan. Ah, yes, The Haunted Mask. Do you remember this one?
No, I never read any of them.
Do you remember this one?
No, but if it's anything like
Yes,
The Mask,
I do.
I would assume...
All right, it's your turn. Your guess. Go. What's The Haunted Mask about? Just guess.
So, Jim Carrey works at a bank.
That's what I was going to reference.
And he has this whimsical dog. No, I don't
Not the mask,
know.
the haunted mask. If it was a haunted mask, what do you think? What would that... Besides wearing overalls.
A kid finds a mask in the attic and turns into a fucking monster.
Overalls are cool, by the way.
In the 90s, they kind of were. At all. Anybody? Yeah. No one? All right. So, in this one, the mask doesn't come off. He buys a Halloween mask and puts it on.
Stays on.
Yes.
Forever.
And she can't get it off. And That's the whole premise of the book. It's like melded to her face.
That's it?
Yeah.
That's what is scary, is that you can't take the
So do
mask
none of
off?
the kids in these books have parents? Like,
That's dumb.
like none of them can just be like, well, you're fucked up. Let's
Yeah.
fix you. Like,
No, I like mine better.
Well, one of the things that strikes me the most about the Goosebumps series is the awesome cover art. But this is the Horrible Book Club after all. And with 62 books in the series, you had to kind of expect that not every cover art was a winner. So let's take a look at some of the lamest cover art the Goosebumps series has ever produced. And here we go.
What?
wow.
Chicken Chicken.
Is that like chicken where you see how far someone can go
I think
before they yell
I don't know.
chicken?
I think this person turned into a chicken.
Is that the joke originate? Is that everyone's worst fear is to become
What does
a
that
chicken?
say? It's a finger-looking nightmare. Really?
Fucking God.
Really?
God,
Alright.
I would hate to be a chicken because I'd eat myself.
Do you
Jesus.
remember we
I
used to
like
be
chicken.
so excited to read the next Goosebumps book and then you'd see this and be like,
No.
oh, that's right. I forgot. You hate
I've never
March.
seen any of these.
All right, give me book number 2.
Deep Trouble
Trouble
2. So there was
Wow.
a 1. There was a 1.
Yeah. Oh, you remember this? Yeah. Something's fishy again.
Fish are really creepy, actually. So I get it.
No, it reminds me of the Goonies, the chunk or whatever his name was, Sloth. And he's like, hey,
Yeah.
you guys. It's like a sloth fish.
Yeah.
What?
Is it like a fish hungry for is it a piranha? It wants to eat human beings, so whenever you go in the water,
That's the
this
thing.
fish
It's
is
not
going to
scary
attack
though.
you?
It's fishy. That's
Well,
why
that's
I don't
why it says something
understand.
fishy.
Again.
Maybe the most scary thing
It's
is
a
not
mystery.
that scary.
All right, give me book 3 because this is terrible. Really? Legends of
Is
the
it
Lost
Thor?
Legend.
It's Thor.
Wait. It says
I knew it.
Legend of the Lost Legend.
That's
After
a
it was found.
oxymoron.
Yeah, I know. How can it be a legend of a? Okay,
Yep.
is that a man or a woman? Though?
That's a
Thor.
Scandinavian Chucky.
Right.
It is. It's totally Chucky.
It's a
It's
Scandinavian.
a real life Chucky.
It's all in the eyes.
Can I see book 4, please? Really?
Oh, I know this one. The horror
Camp-
at Camp Jelly
Jelly
Jam.
Jam.
Why Jelly Jam? I ask.
I swear to God, he touches kids. Like he just has this look
No.
about him
They like keep disappearing after every event.
because he keeps touching them. That's why they keep disappearing.
He does look like a guy who would touch people.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, oh, this guy. I'm not keeping my kids
He
here.
looks like a dummy. Like he
Yeah.
looks like.
He has a little too much teeth. That's what bothers
Yeah.
me. It's just like
I don't know. When I see him, I think like a creepy Gilbert Gottfried or
Oh
something.
God,
it was
no.
$3.50.
That's my penis.
I wouldn't go to that camp. Not at all.
What's the difference between jelly and jam?
I don't know.
Well, you can jam your dick down someone's throat, but you can't jelly your dick down someone's throat.
Wow.
Wait, how would you jelly it?
So that's what I'm saying. You can jam your dick down
I
someone's
think
throat,
you
but you
could
can't
jelly
jelly. Moving on.
Try jellying
Okay,
and call me.
I will.
Thanks for joining us on this relatively painless episode of Horrible Book Club. Next time, though, I doubt we'll be so lucky. Until then,
If you want to see more horrible books, click that picture of Josh and a bear on the right. It's another episode. Wow, technology. Liking and subscribing is a thing that people do sometimes. You don't have to, per se, but it'd be pretty fucking awesome if you did. Okay, bye.